Before you roll your eyes and think to yourself, ugh, I don't want to listen to another nutrition expert telling me to eat more protein, I want you to think back and recall a time when you went on a diet that failed or started a new gym routine that left you resultless and how that made you feel. Chances are you felt defeated and frustrated, but you're going to leave this presentation today feeling empowered. Hi, my name is Addie Brinkley. I'm a sophomore here at Virginia Tech, majoring in human nutrition, foods, and exercise. I am highly versed in the field of dietetics. I've shadowed multiple dietitians and I've done an internship. Also, I'm an athlete who has done plenty of research on this topic for my own health, and I've done extensive research to prepare for this presentation. So I want you to eat a high protein diet so that you have the ability to lose or maintain your weight, reduce cravings, and build muscle. Whether you're trying to lose weight, build muscle, or have an easier time losing weight without all the cravings, a high protein diet is a must. A high protein diet is one in which at least 20% of your daily calories comes from protein, and the amount of protein you should eat is determined by factors such as body size, age, gender, and activity level. I want you to eat a high protein diet so that you have the ability to maintain or lose weight. Protein boosts your metabolism via the thermic effect of food. Basically, what the thermic effect of food is the amount of energy your body burns to digest certain macronutrients of food. So protein, out of the three macronutrients, proteins, carbs, and fats, requires the most amount of energy, so your body is burning the most amount of calories to digest protein versus the other macronutrients. The second point is that protein supports lean muscle mass, which requires more energy, therefore increasing your metabolism. So if you're getting that protein in, and ideally alongside a strength training routine, you're going to build lean muscle, and that lean muscle is going to burn more energy and use up more calories than fat would, and so that's therefore going to increase your metabolism, and you're going to have the easier time maintaining or even losing weight. And third, protein is the most satiating macronutrient, so when you fill your plate up with lean protein, there's going to be less room for calorie-dense foods. So in this image here, we have three great protein sources that I use myself as an athlete. We have egg whites, fat-free Greek yogurt, and light tuna and water. And so I choose these protein sources because they're very filling and low calorie. And if I'm filling up on these really high protein, nutrient dense foods, then I have less room in my diet for junk food. I want you to eat a high protein diet so that your cravings can be reduced. A study found that eating a high protein breakfast reduced post-meal cravings later in the day. So we have the amino acid tyrosine, and that is found in protein, and it's needed for dopamine synthesis, and dopamine is the chemical in your body that's going to promote feelings of satiety. So if you're getting that protein in, therefore you're going to get more of that amino acid, and then you're going to be able to produce more dopamine, feel fuller, and when you're feeling fuller, you're going to have less cravings. The second point is that a study from the Journal of Dairy Science demonstrated that eating a high protein meal versus a normal protein meal lowered blood sugar levels and reduced appetite about 2 to 3 hours later, because protein takes longer to digest than carbohydrates and fats. And so when we say that it takes longer to digest, therefore you're going to feel fuller longer. And again, we have this idea that if you're feeling fuller longer, then you're going to have reduced cravings. And my third point here is that a meta-analysis found that acute ingestion of protein suppressed appetite and decreased ghrelin levels, and ghrelin is the hunger hormone. So again, we have the idea that we're feeling fuller and we're not going to have those cravings. So in these two graphs here, this is an excerpt from one of the studies, and we have three groups. So we have the group that skipped breakfast altogether, the group that consumed a normal protein breakfast or a low protein breakfast, and we have the group that consumed a high protein breakfast. And the group that consumed a high protein breakfast, we found that they had lower cravings for both savory and sweet foods. I want you to eat a high protein breakfast so that you're able to build muscle. Or excuse me, not a high protein breakfast, a high protein diet in general. But yes, eat a high protein diet as well. So proteins are made up of amino acids that are the building blocks for cells and tissues. We have to acquire essential amino acids from food Therefore, a high protein diet provides the amino acids for building muscle. So if we're getting the protein in, we're getting the amino acids in as well, and the amino acids are the thing that is going to allow us to build muscle. The second point is that muscle proteins are constantly being broken down by, yes, exercise, but also daily living activities as well. So if you don't get enough protein in, your body's going to break its muscle down to acquire the amino acids within it, because it requires amino acids for bodily functions. So we want to make sure that we're getting the protein in so that we're in a net positive state and our body isn't breaking itself down. My third point is that the body uses amino acids for protein synthesis, so a high protein diet will provide you with the amino acids needed to repair tissue and support muscle growth after exercise. So in this infographic here, on the left side, we have complete proteins, and on the right side, we have incomplete proteins. Complete proteins are protein sources that have all 9 essential amino acids, and incomplete sources lack all 9 essentials, so we have to do this thing called complementary pairing, and that's basically when you pair 2 incomplete sources, and together the amino acids will combine to create a complete protein source. So ideally, we want to be getting complete sources of protein so that we can build muscle. I want you to eat a high protein diet so that you have the ability to lose or maintain your weight, reduce your cravings, and build muscle. Whether you are trying to lose weight, build muscle, or have an easier time losing weight without all the cravings, a high protein diet is a must. Here are my references, and I hope that you now understand just how critical it is to eat a high protein diet. Thank you.